this is probably some of my more favorites, older systems. We've got the TurboGrafx CD in the box, and up here, this is the JVC XI, which is a Genesis with the Sega CD built in. It's a good way to go if rather than having to buy, you know, 2 units. All right, up top here we have the Sega 3D glasses for the Master System, the rapid fire control stick for the Master System, and the Sega light phaser. I'll pull that out. I have it upside down, but there it is. Up here I've got the power pad boxed. Another obscure system here. I'll go and take this one down so you can see it. So you can see it just says Home Entertainment Center. And it pretty much just looks like a Emerson Arcadia. I don't have any games for it though. Again, games on this are really hard to find. Alright, moving down, we have the Atari XE system. This was a pretty cool system. Had the keyboard, had the light gun, had the same Atari controller, just looked cooler with the white. This one's fairly hard to get in the box. Well, there we go there. And we got the almighty Vectrix system. Very cool system. You played your games with these overlays. Alright, moving on, we got another Gamecom. I think this is my personal one that I had originally. The one up there is one I got from a friend of mine. And we have the Aquarius home computer by Mattel. And then we have the Aquarius computer and game system. So this was a pretty cool box set. You got the keyboard, you got the mini expander, and you got the controllers, and you got 4 games. So those are all still in there complete. And what's cool about this is every game that's in here, let's see if I can open it from right here. Yeah, there you go. So we got Snafu, Tron Diddly Disc, Astro Smash, and Utopia. And there's the box, and on the back side of this is going to be the other 2 pieces. Alright, moving on, we have the Atari 7800. This is the 8-bit system. Like I was saying earlier, this is almost the same shell as this guy here. It's just got the silver thing over it with no buttons. The buttons are actually on the bottom here. Cool controllers. This was backwards compatible to be used for the 2600 as well. Atari 5200 trackball, probably the only controller to work on the system right now of mine. We got the Sega Master System 2. This one's cool. You turn the power on with no game and you get to play Alex Kidd. Now this was a design change on the system like most systems eventually did. They changed the design of the system. But with this one here, they took out the slot for the little credit card size games. We got the family computer. Now what this is some kind of knockoff of the Famicom. That's all I really know. I mean, they have 4 buttons on the controllers. It's got dark gray where the red should be, but it plays all the games for the Famicom. Got the ColecoVision Rollerball controller. It's pretty cool. Comes with the game Slither. And here, I'm get to the side. These are a couple Pong games. All right, there's a Radio Shack electronic TV scoreboard. Yes, it's upside down. I don't know why. And here's the Hanimex Pong system electronic TV game. If you're looking to collect the Pong system, those 2 aren't that expensive. Talking about expensive, here we go. The Turbo Duo. Not a cheap system to come by. Honestly, it's the best way to go if you want to get into TurboGrafx collecting, because this automatically plays all your discs, all your Hue cards. There it is. It's got its own little cool controller, and what's cool is it plays the Super CD-ROM stuff, so the original one wouldn't, as far as I'm aware. And then when NEC stopped making the TurboGrafx and stayed in Japan, they came out with the PCFX, which was the follow-up system to the TurboGrafx. It was only disc-based, as you can see. I have a handful of games for it. It's all in Japanese. Cool looking system. Too bad we didn't get it. I even managed to pick up an extra box controller for it, so this way I can play 2-player games. So there are a couple fighting games which I do own for it. And we have the 3DO. This is the Gold Star 3DO. They made 3 different versions of the 3DO. And this is the one of the 2 Panasonic 3DOs. This is the FC10. And let me move on over to here real quick. And this is, I think the power, yeah, this one's plugged in, this one I use. This is the original model. It's the FC1. Alright, we have the Turbo Express. I guess the big claim to fame for this system is it was the very first handheld system that played your console systems, so you could take them to go, which was great. This is a really fun system. Sega Saturn. I need to get some more Sega Saturn games. I don't have a whole bunch of these, but they're so expensive anymore. It's really hard to get into collecting. And the Atari 800 XL home computer, which it's got the cartridge slots, those games I showed you on the last video. This is the system I would play them in. Alright, and real quick, here is a Tandy control stick, joystick for the Tandy, which is the TRS-80. Work on that or any of the other Tandy computers pretty much. Alright, Atari Jaguar. It's my original Atari Jaguar box. I got this back in the late 90s. Got it for a pretty good deal back then. Got the Jaguar CD. This is a working CD. Unfortunately, I only have like 2 or 3 games for it, which I believe are the games that came in it. I don't think I have any extra ones besides those. And this one here, it's my original TurboGrafx. And then we have the Turbo Booster. What's cool about this is it allowed you to play your game system using AV cords, composite, rather than having to screw it up into the TV. Alright, we have the NES 4 score. This one is still sealed. Don't know where I got it. I got it for a good deal, that's why I bought it. I probably picked it up at the Game On Expo. Alright, I got a couple Link systems here. This is the Lynx 2, complete in box. And I've got the Lynx 1, complete in box. This is a huge box, by the way. This was they say it was portable. It was definitely portable, but you'd almost have to carry around a little man sack or purse if you're a girl just to get this thing around. This would not fit in your pocket. This thing is pretty big. Alright, and last we got the Genesis 3, which again, it's stuck in there unless I take everything else out. Genesis 3 system. That was the last Genesis model they made. It's teeny. It's smaller than this. It's like smaller than this box. Moving on down, I got some of my Sega Master System systems. Master System systems. Okay, this is the system, the Sega Scope 3D. It has the gun, the glasses, 2 controllers, a game, and it has a built-in missile defense game that you use with the 3D glasses. Next one was just the light phaser model. It was a system and it came with the light phaser, so that was the only difference. And then here's the base system, which is the first one I ever got. This is just the system, 2 controllers, and a game. And we got a Light Boy here for your Game Boy. Got the Sega Menacer here, which tried to go toe-to-toe with the Super Scope 6. This was the Genesis version. Got the Sega CD2 for the Genesis. This one works on the well, it works best with the Sega Genesis Model 2. And here is the Wonder Swan. See there? Yep, there's the Wonder Swan. There's the Final Fantasy that comes with it. Pretty cool little portable system. Alright, we have the original Sega CD. This was made for the original model. It would sit underneath of it, underneath the system itself. The Genesis 2 in the red box there. This one comes with Vector Man. What's cool about these is Sega was smart and they left this open. This is just a sticker. So what they would do, depending on what game was popular at the time, they would throw the game in there, slap a sticker on it to sell the system. That was a pretty good move by them. And then this is the second launch of the Genesis, and rather than including Altered Beast, they added Sonic the Hedgehog, which obviously everybody knows is the mascot for Sega pretty much, and is one of the most popular games on the system. Alright, we're moving back onto the game wall. Starting off are my Nintendo Virtual Boy collection. And I just did a video recently showcasing all my Virtual Boy stuff. But I do have a complete set, all boxed. With my prized possession, the Jack Bros right there, complete. And then actually another fairly hard box to find is this Mario Tennis box. Because Mario Tennis came with the Virtual Boy itself with no case, just the cartridge only. Yeah, so just real quick, kind of show you guys this. If you want to see more, to learn more about this, check out my Virtual Boy collection video. Yep, so that's that, Waterworld. And then here's a Japanese Mario Tennis. Alright, so we're moving on to the regular Game Boy games. Right here I have a complete Castlevania Legends. Very hard game to come by. Probably, I'd like to say, the second rarest game. Alright, we got the Castlevania Legends. I just recently completed this. I had the cartridge only, and I made a trade with a fellow YouTuber, Bill Benton, and I got the box as a trade a while back. So that was really cool. It's a very hard to get box, so I'm very happy to have that. Alright, and here's Donkey Kong. This is actually my original copy from when it first launched. This was the first game that was compatible with the Super Game Boy pack, which if you popped it in the Super Game Boy, it had its own border and it also had its own color palette, which was more than your 4-color palette. Alright, we got Donkey Kong Land. We got my Final Fantasy Adventure, and then I've got Legends 2 and 3. I have Legends 1, but I don't have a box for it, so I am on a lookout for that. Kirby's Dream Land, and I have a random book up here. Alright, Turtles 3 Radical Rescue. I got that from my friend Mr. Ness guy on a trade when I went out to see him. Alright, let's get back down here. We got Quirk. Really good puzzle game. My original copy of Zelda. This is one of my favorite Zelda games, period. Link's Awakening. Box is a little disheveled, but yeah, I played the heck out of that. Metroid 2 boxed. Pac-Man. We got all the Marios here. Those are good games. Alone in the Dark, Color, and actually we're going into Color now, starting with Alone in the Dark for my box colored games. Some Dragon Ball, Kirby's Tilt and Tumble, which is kind of cool. Easiest way to play this is in an actual Game Boy Color because it uses the motion of the system to make it so you can move Kirby left or right. If you try to plug it into a Game Boy Advance and it's on the bottom, like an SP. It's all opposite. So, all right, and we got these Zelda games: Oracle of Ages, and I've got Oracle of Seasons. These are both original. I bought these when they came out, and the boxes have stayed, in the closet. So the boxes are pretty mint. I did that to a lot of the games that I bought back then. I would just take the game out, the cartridge out, put it in my game case, and then just kind of store the boxes up in the closet. Zelda DX. Metal Gear Solid. This is actually fairly harder to get game, apparently. Price on this is kind of high, which kind of stunned me because when I bought this, it was really cheap. Perfect Dark. Pokemon trading card game. Actually, a really fun game. If you like the trading card game, this is pretty much just that. Alright, next level here. Got Polaris Snowcross, Resident Evil Gaiden. Now probably the rarest, hardest to find Resident Evil game in the series. It's not a very easy game either. Shadowgate Mario, Turok, Wario Land 2, Breath of Fire, my Castlevania collection. Got the original one there, the NES Classic Series. Got the 2-pack of Harmony of Dissonance and Aria of Sorrow. Circle of the Moon, which was the first one released on the Advance. There's Harmony by itself, and then Aria of Sorrow. All those games are great. Alright, we got Donkey Kong Country, and I got a ton of Dragon Ball games. I pretty much got all the Dragon Ball games that they released on the Game Boy Advance back then. X vs. Sever. I really only bought this because it was a first-person shooter on the Game Boy Advance, and it looked pretty ahead of its time. For having a first-person shooter at the palm of your hand back then was pretty cool. The Golden Sun games. These games are fantastic. These games are, you know, if you're into really good JRPG style games, these are great. Definitely give them a try. Alright, down another level. We got the Mario games. Super Mario Advanced 4, which is Mario 3. Mario Advance 2, which is Super Mario World. Just found this on one of my last hunts. And then Sword of Mana. We go over here, we got Lady Sia, Zelda 4 Swords. I do have the Zelda and Adventures of Link NES Classic Editions. Zelda Minish Cap. Alright, we got the Metroids, both very good games. This one here, Metroid Zero Mission's fantastic. One of my favorite games to play on the system. And then last but not least, we got Super Mario Advance 1, which is actually Mario Brothers 2. Alright, that leads us right into my TurboGrafx games. You can see I got my one box game up here, Pac-Land. Alright, and then we got like Alien Crush, Blazing Lasers, good game, Bloody Wolf. We got the Bonk games. Bonk's really fun. I wish I had Bonk 3, a little expensive. Boxy Boy, Deep Blue, Legendary Axe games. These are fun. And then Utopia. This is a really cool game. This is a Zelda clone. Another game I really like on this system is Sinistron. This is a really good shooter. It's very hard, but it's fun. Of course, gotta have Splatterhouse. If you have a TurboGrafx, that's a must-have. Superstar Soldier. This is another good shooter. Tailspin, Vigilante, and then my only disc game is Wise 3, or Ease 3, however you you pronounce it. I'm guessing it's Ease. Alright, we got some PCFX games for my PCFX, which you just saw. And then one random Japanese Silent Hill game. I love Silent Hill, so that's the only reason I picked that up. Alright, so PlayStation. It's a bunch of stuff here. We got Alundra 1 and 2, Alone in the Dark. Got the Arc the Lad complete. Just take a look through there. Chrono Cross, fantastic game. We got the Castlevania games. There's my original Symphony, and here's Castlevania Chronicles. Alright, I've got the Clock Tower games, Clock Tower 1 and 2. A bunch of cool border games I found at random Savers and Goodwills. Every time I go there, I manage to find a cool Borders game. Got Dino Crisis 1 and 2, Dragon Warrior 7, Urguys. Urguys is a pretty cool game. It's just kind of like a, get the glare off that. It's just like a fighting game by Squaresoft. Alright, we got the Final Fantasies. Let's move down one row. I got Eternal Eyes, which is kind of out of order, but I think it's because of the size of the games. I couldn't get it to fit right. So more Final Fantasies. I get right on over to Galarians. I tell everybody, if you haven't played this game, play this game. It's a fantastic game. It does have the old tank control, so since nothing really has tank controls anymore, it'll take you a little bit to get used to, but it's a really good game. Very good storyline. Grandia Legend of Dragoon, fantastic game. Most people who have a PlayStation know about that game. Metal Gear Solid, must have. Got the other 2 Lunar games complete. Got my big box Resident Evil. Alright, and we have Mega Man Legends 2, Mega Man Legends 1, Mega Man X5, and we got the Holy Grail game for the system, Misadventures of Tronbon. And I found this game at a Goodwill for $4.99, and you'll see probably, I think it's in my 3rd or 4th video I ever made on my YouTube channel. I showed that. It had a sticker back there. I took it off, but yeah, $4.99 at Goodwill. Got Ogre Battle, Omega Boost, Parasite Eve games. These games are great. You got some survival horror mixed in with some RPG aspects. All right, getting tight back here. Okay, so we got the Resident Evil games, Survivor 3, RPG Maker, and we got Silent Hill, one of the best games on the system. If you have not played Silent Hill, which I'm assuming most people watching this video have at least played this game once, it's fantastic. Star Ocean, good game. We go on through Suikoden. Got a copy of Part 2. The Siphon Filters, and these Tales of Destiny. These are, you know, worth quite a bit of money now. I bought these way back at, you know, GameStop when they were like 20 bucks a piece. Just because I was really into RPGs back then. I still do enjoy RPGs, but yeah, I bought a bunch of them. Thousand Arms, that's another good one. Vagrant Story, Valkyrie Profile. This is another game that's just up there in value. Most of these I bought brand new or pre-owned back when it was still, you know, the newest console, or at least in that console generation. Alright, last row. Alright, we got Wild Arms, Wipeout, Xenogears, fantastic game. Alright, we're going into Dreamcast. I've got Blue Stinger, D2, good game, Dead or Alive, Dino Crisis, Grandia, fantastic game, and some random sports games. Project Justice, this is another game that's become worth some money. Code Veronica, great game. Shenmue, of course, gotta have it. And my all-time favorite game for the system, Skies of Arcadia. If you haven't had a chance to play that and you're into RPGs, it's on this system, and they also released it on the GameCube under the name Skies of Arcadia Legends. Which Legend, it has more content and graphically improved a bit. Street Fighter, Spawn. This is actually a really fun game. My copy of Seaman. Caution Seaman. Creepy game.